Thank you. Okay, here in a minute we're going to be starting up the... In like about 40 seconds or so, we're going to start up the games.
Wrangell.
No, not yet. Looking into a four-wheeler. Looking into a four-wheeler.
Yes, they are. I said to go grab our balls.
I've never considered a side-by-side. It's like a car. Hello and welcome to anybody who is tuning into the volleyball games, which is Haines versus Wrangell. With Wrangell starting off as the first serve, number 7. Okay. Number 7 from Wrangell, serving the ball.
Number 7
Serves over to Haines. Haines bumps up the ball, sets it, tries spiking over, but a little bit too short. Wrangell's ball. Wrangell serving the ball over. Haines sets it up, bumps it over. Wrangell bumps it up, sets it up, spikes it over. It'll be a point for Wrangell, making the score 2-0.
Yep, you're right. You're good. You're good.
Wrangell serving the ball. Haines bumping it up, setting up. Looked like they were going to spike it, but didn't hit it. Number 7 from Wrangell serving the ball. Haines hitting it up. Wrangell setting it up. Wrangell tipping it. Wrangell bumping it up, setting it up. Setting it over. Haines bumping it up, setting it up, spiking it over. Wrangell bumping up the ball, setting the ball up, bumping the ball over. Haines bumping the ball up. Well, Haines bumps it out of bounds. I hear clutch rail. Wrangell serving the ball over. Haines bumping up the ball, setting it up, spiking it over. Just a little bit too short though, making the score 4-0. Number 7 from Wrangell serving it over. Haines bumps up the ball, sets it. They tipped it over, but number 10 from Wrangell blocked the ball. Wait. Looks like the score might be 5-1. Haines serving the ball. Wrangell bumping it up, setting it up, and spiking it over. Haines tried tipping it back over, but he got knocked out of bounds, making the score 6-1. Wrangell's ball. Wrangell serves it. Haines tries to bump it back, but looked like it was a little bit too short. I heard Clash Royale. I heard Clash Royale for some reason. No, over somewhere from over there. Wrangell serving the ball back over. Haines bumping it up, setting it. Looked like they tried to tip it over, but a little bit too short. Try to stay positive. Looks like Haines just called in a sub. Wrangell serving it over, number 3. Haines bumps the ball, sets it up, spikes it over. And it looks like they got it. Making the score 8-2. Number 6 for Haines, serving the ball. Goes over. Wrangell bumping it over. Haines setting it back. Wrangell spikes it over, and looks like it's good. Score being 9-2.
No, you're good. Nice. 11 serving. Yeah.
Number 11 for Wrangell serving the ball. Goes over. A little bit of a miscommunication for Haines. Having the score at 10-2. 11 for Wrangell serves it over. Looks like Haines tried setting it back, but a little bit too short. Wrangell serving the ball over. Just a little bit too short of a serve. Making the score 11-3. Wrangell's favor. Number 8 for Haines serving it over. Just barely getting it over. Wrangell bumps it over. Haines bumps it up, sets it, tips it over, and it looks like it's good. Making the score 11-4. Number 8 for Haines serving the ball over. Barely getting it over. Wrangell bumps it over, tips it over. Haines bumps it up, saving it. Bumps it over. Wrangell bumps it up, sets it up, spikes it over. And Haines sets it up, bumps it. Wrangell having the ball, setting it over. Haines bumps it up, sets it up, spikes the ball over. Looks like they got that one. Wrangell just barely missing that bump by just a little bit, with the score being 11-5. Haines setting it over, and it looks like they got it. With Wrangell not being able to get the dig, with Haines getting that point, making the score 11-6. Wrangell's favor. Haines serving the ball over. Looks like it's out of bounds off of Haines. Giving a point to Wrangell, making the... It's number 10 for Wrangell, serving over the ball. Getting it over, but with a little bit too much force. Haines, number 9, has the ball setting it over, serving it over, but goes out of bounds. Giving the ball to Wrangell. Yeah, Wrangell. Yeah. Number 15 for Wrangell serves it over. Haines tried to bump it, but bumped it out of bounds, making the score 14-7. Wrangell's favor. Wrangell serving it over, but a little bit too short. giving the possession of the ball to Haines. Haines, number 4, serves it over. Wrangell bumps it over. Haines sets it up again. Spikes it over. Wrangell bumping it back over, but bumping it out of bounds. Number 4 for Haines, setting it over, but setting it over. Wrangell tries bumping it, but it's a little bit too short of a bump for anybody to get it.
So is that all you needed to know?
Yep, just wanted to make sure that was right. You were right that
Haines sets the ball over, but a little bit too short. Serves the ball over, making the score 15 to 10.
9 serving, 15.
9 for Wrangell serving the ball over. Haines trying to set it, but just a little bit too short and backwards and out of bounds. Wrangell serving the ball, just barely gets it over. Haines doesn't get that dig. But it seems like Haines has the ball. Number 2 for Haines serving the ball. Gets it over. Wrangell bumping it up. Sets it up. Tips it over. Haines setting it up. Spiking it over. With the ball going out of bounds off Haines, giving Wrangell the possession of the ball. Score is 17 to 11. Wrangell is leading with 6 points. Number 7 for Wrangell. Serving the ball. Doesn't get it, it's just a little bit too short. Giving the ball back to Haines. Number 9 going in for number 3 for Haines.
Sub.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're good.
Number 5 for Haines. Serving the ball. Gets it over. Wrangell sets it. Tries bumping it. Doesn't save it. Just goes a little bit too far. Giving the possession back to Haines. Haines serves the ball, but just short of the net.
I'll look.
With Wrangell, number 3 from Wrangell, serving the ball here. Gets it over, but it looks like it might have gone out of bounds. If you're looking for a schedule.
I got one right here. Thank you, though. Right after us.
Haines serves it over. Wrangell tries to save it with a dig, but doesn't get it in time. Giving the ball back to Haines. Number 6 for Haines, serving it. Gets it over. Barely. Wrangell couldn't get the dig, making the score 18 to 16. Wrangell leading with 2. Haines serving the ball. Wrangell bumps it up, sets it up, bumps it over. Haines bumps it up, tries to bump it over, but a little bit too short of the net. With number 11 for Wrangell. Serving the ball. Gets it over. Haines tries to set it, but goes out of bounds. Eleven for Wrangell, serves it, gets it over. Haines bumps it up again. Spikes it over. Wrangell bumps it, sets it over, and it looks like it's going to be just barely in bounds. Giving the ball back to Wrangell. Wrangell serving the ball, getting it over. Haines bumping it up again. Setting it over. Wrangell bumping it, setting it, spiking the ball. Haines saving it with a set and a tip. Wrangell bumping it, setting it, setting it over. Haines setting it up, spiking it over. Wrangell gets the dig. Wrangell sets it up, bumps it over. Wrangell tips over the ball, giving Wrangell another point, 22-16. Really? With Wrangell leading with 6. Number 11 serves it over, but this goes out of bounds. Giving the possession of the ball over to Haines. With number 8 from Haines. Got to serve the ball. Serves it, gets it over. Wrangell bumps it up, sets it up, spikes it. Haines tries to save it with a bump, but just can't get it, hitting it out of bounds. With the score being 23-17. Wrangell serving it over, getting it over. Haines just barely. Haines tried getting it, but couldn't get that save. Wrangell serving over the ball. Haines getting that bump. Getting another bump, and they set over the ball. Wrangell bumping it, setting it, bumping it back over. Haines bumping it, and setting it over. Wrangell tries saving the ball, but could not get it. Number 9 for Haines serving the ball. Gets it over. Wrangell bumps it up, sets it up, and they spike it over. Haines saves the ball with a bump, another bump. They try bumping it over, but a little bit too short. Giving Wrangell another point, making the score 25-18 into the first session. With Wrangell having one session won out of 5. No, you have 2 minutes, that's about it. Is Phoenix back?
I don't know.
Is Phoenix back?
Whoa.
I have somebody to talk to for a little bit, just for the break. Hello, Gio.
I could hear myself.
No, how was your day?
Pretty good. Look at the crowd. It's small compared to when our team was playing.
Try to be positive. We don't want negativity.
Big crowd.
You just okay then. Okay then. So how much do you like? How have you been liking radio so far?
No more mark time for you. No more mark time. No more mark time.
Gio. And that was Gio for you.
Don't you guys bother to ask them if they have a different lineup?
Are they gonna do the same lineups?
I lost mic privilege.
You have lost mic
Melissa,
privileges.
say,
Not under my word, but
Roger.
I didn't get any warning.
Yeah, because the down officials should get these.
We talked about
Take
this,
it to the
Gio.
coaches and
No.
find out
Yeah, we
if they
have.
want the same or not.
No one told me about this. You probably talked about it with Saul, but not me.
we've talked about this yesterday when you were in there.
Talked about this with me.
Next time I'll give you a heads up, Gio. Okay, we are back with about 18 seconds left in the break. With Haines having possession of the ball. First possession.
But now we have to have it done right away because you're only giving us 2 minutes total.
It's kind of... Okay, there you go. Number 5 for Haines, setting it over. Wrangell bumping it. Setting it up, spiking it over. Haines with that nice dig there. Wrangell bumps up, sets it, spikes it, but just barely just barely out of bounds, giving a point to Haines. Number 5 from Haines, serving the ball, getting it over. Wrangell bumps up the ball, bumps it up again, sets it over. Haines bumping it over and spiking it. Wrangell bumping up the ball, setting it, tipping it over. Haines bumping it up pretty high, setting it and tipping it over. Wrangell bumping up the ball and setting it over. Haines sets it, bumps the ball, and bumps it over. Wrangell setting it over. Haines. Oh, I'm falling behind there. My bad. Haines with another point, setting it over. Wrangell trying to get that dig, but a little bit too far. Haines serving the ball, getting it over. Wrangell setting it, bumping it, so bumping the ball over. Haines bumps up the ball, sets it, spikes it over. Wrangell tried bumping it, but bumped it out of bounds, making the score 3-0, with Haines leading. Haines serving the ball, gets it over. Wrangell bumps it, sets it, spikes it over. Haines tried to get that dig, but just a little bit too short of the ball. Giving the possession of the ball to Wrangell. Number 7, serving the ball. Getting it over. Haines bumping the ball, bumping it up again. Haines tips it. Wrangell tries to go for the dig, but just a little bit too short of the ball. Making the score 4-1. With number 6 from Haines serving the ball, getting it over. Wrangell bumping it, spiking it over. Haines saving the ball with 2 digs, but could not get that third, the bump over. Giving the possession of the ball back to Wrangell. Wrangell serving it over the ball. Looked like it was a little bit too far down for them to bump it or set it. Giving the possession of the ball back to Wrangell. Number 3 from Wrangell, setting it over. Haines tried to bump it, but bumped it into out of bounds. Wrangell bumping the ball. Not bumping. Serving the ball. Haines getting that dig, bumping it, but could not get that tip over. Wrangell, number 10 from Wrangell, blocking that ball and tipping it back over. Wrangell serving the ball, getting it over. Haines sets the ball, sets it back up, spikes the ball over. Wrangell sets it up, spikes it over. Haines trying to get that bump, but could not get it. With the score being 4-6. Wrangell serving over the ball. Wait, what happened?
No, you're good.
Wait.
I was just putting it in their lineup.
I don't know what just happened there. What? Wrangell having the ball again, serving it over. Haines setting it, bumping it, spiking it over. Wrangell setting it, spiking it over. With Wrangell getting that point in, making the score 4-7, Wrangell's favor. Number 3 from Wrangell, serving the ball, getting it over. Haines bumping it, tipping it over. With Wrangell trying to block it, but cannot get that block. Giving the possession of the ball back to Haines. Haines serving it over. Wrangell bumping it. Them trying to bump the ball back over to Wrangell's side, but cannot get it. Giving the possession of the ball back to Wrangell. Number 11 for Wrangell serving the ball over, getting it over. Haines bumping it up, setting it, spikes it over. Wrangell bumping up the ball, setting it over. Haines setting it back over. Wrangell, I'm falling behind here. Haines tipping the ball back over, getting them another point, making the score 6-8. This is a pretty fast-paced person by themselves. Number 9 from Haines, serving the ball. Wrangell bumping it, setting it up, spiking the ball down. Haines trying to save it, but could not get that. Making the score 6-9. Number 10 for Wrangell, serving the ball over, getting it over. Haines bumping it up, setting it, spikes it over. Wrangell bumps it. They tip it over, and they couldn't get that bump. Haines could not get the bump. Number 10 for Wrangell, spike. Serves it over, but could not, just a little bit too short. Or served it, and it was short. Making the score 7-10. Haines serving the ball, getting it over. Wrangell bumping it twice, tipping it over. Haines bumping it, setting up the ball, and tipping it over. Wrangell bumps it, sets the ball up, sets it over. Haines trying to get the dig, but two of their players kind of ran into each other. Number 15 for Wrangell serves it, but cannot get that ball over. Just a little bit too short. Making the score 8-11. Wrangell lead. Number 2 for Haines. Number 1 getting subbed out for number 12. Wait, what's going on here? Number 8. Number 8 going in for number 12. Number 2 for Haines serving the ball, getting it over. Wrangell bumps it over. Haines bumps it up, sets it, tries to tip, gets that tip over. Wrangell saves out with a bump. Haines bumps it, sets the ball, spikes it over. Spikes it, but a little bit too short to get it over. Wrangell serving the ball, getting it over. Haines bumping it, setting it over. Wrangell bumping it over, setting it. Haines trying to go for that dig, but cannot get the ball. Making the score 8-13, Wrangell's lead. Wrangell serves the ball, gets it over. Haines bumps it again, and spikes the ball over. Wrangell saving it with a bump, but cannot get that second hit over. Giving the ball back to Haines. Number 5 for Haines, serving the ball, getting it over. Wrangell bumping it up, setting it, and spiking it over. Haines bumping it twice, spiking it over, and it looks like it's going to be in bounds, making the score 10-13. Haines serving the ball, Wrangell spiking it over. Haines setting the ball, bumping it over. Wrangell bumping it again, tipping it over. Haines sets the ball, bumps it up, spikes it over. Wrangell with that bump, saving it. Set, and a spike. Haines bumping it twice, spiking it over. Wrangell with the bump, and that little, it's a tip. Sorry if I am falling behind on plays. New to this commentary.
So the point goes to Haines.
It's Phoenix.
Haines is serving. Oh,
And they didn't make it over the net.
Okay, I am back now. We have got it working again. There's just a little bit of a freeze up there. That's the computer. You could stay if you want, Jasper.
stay.
That's if you want to. Who you want? You want to?
Is Zach taking over the
Yes.
thing? Okay, that's probably fine. Haynes.
Wrangell
Spikes it over.
bumping up the ball, setting it, tipping it over.
Bumps it. And
Wrangell tips the ball over, getting them in a. Oh, looks like they went a little bit too far over the net with their hand. What?
You got this.
Wow. I'm gonna go back to the other headset really quick. Okay. I'm back now. Oops. Wrangell bumping the ball over to Haines. Haines tipping it over. Wrangell with a dig, but could not get the ball up and over. Number 9 for Haines, serving the ball over. No, serving it, but could not get it over. Ball going a little bit short. With subs going in for a sub going in for Haines. Number 3 is going in for number 9. Number 10 for Wrangell. Serving the ball, gets it over. Haines bumps it, sets it backwards and over. Wrangell bumping it, trying to set it over, but could not get that ball over, making the score 16-20. Wrangell in the lead with 4. Haines serving the ball over, getting it over. Wrangell bumping it over. Haines bumping it back over. Wrangell bumping it, setting it, spiking it over. And it looks like Wrangell got that point. Or, no. Wrangell has spiked it out of bounds. Number 4 for Haines. Serving it, but got it over, but Wrangell cannot get that dig. Looks like Wrangell called a timeout.
It has been frozen again.
Again?
It keeps on like.
It's laggy, that's it, so it should be fine.
But it's like hard. You can't even like put in the numbers.
I will be back again. Okay, we are back. Oh, we were having a little bit of technical difficulties in the radio room with the live stream. Number 4 for Haines, serving it over. Gets it over. Wrangell bumping it up. Setting it over. Haines cannot get that dig, giving the point to Wrangell.
I think for now we probably just might have to read the score.
Okay, making the score 21-18. Wrangell's favor. Number 15 for Wrangell, serving it over. Haines getting that bump. Giving a point to Haines, making the score 21-19. With another sub for Haines, number 12 going in for number 10. Number 2 for Haines. Over. Wrangell bumping it, setting it up, tipping it over. Haines cannot bump it or get the digs. With that first dig just being a little bit too short. Making the score 22-19. Wrangell's favor. Wrangell serving it over. Haines bumping it. Setting it. Spikes it over. Wrangell with 2 bumps. Getting it. With the ball just barely getting over. Haines bumps it up and over. Wrangell serves, sets it over, spikes it over, giving the point to Wrangell, making the score 23-19. We got a 23-19. Wrangell serving the ball over. Haines setting it back over. Setting it, spiking it. Wrangell getting the ball back over to Haines' side. Haines setting it, spiking it. Wrangell bumping it, trying to spike it back over, but it was a little bit too short. And if any of you got that 23-19 joke, you guys are legends. Making the score 20-23, Wrangell's favor. Number 5 for Haines. Tried to serve it over, but it was too short. Oh, there goes. Oh. I almost just knocked over the camera. Oh. Making the score 20-24. Wrangell in the lead still. Wrangell sets it over. Serves it over. Haines at the bump. Set. And looks like the possession's going to be going to. Point's going to be going to Wrangell, making the score 25-20. Giving Wrangell another 1 session. So 2-0 for sessions. And it's best out of 5. Which most of you guys might know. But if you don't, now you do.
Yep.
I shall be back again.
Hopefully it's fixed now.
They had a rough road, but they don't have to go forward. I don't think we played any back to back.
Here we are.
Haines, off, the walk, line judge, Craig, off.
All right, I am back for you, for the people who are tuning into our live stream. We are having technical difficulties, so I will be reading the score on who is winning. I'm doing my best to keep up with plays. Wrangell having the first possession of the ball. Number 7 from Wrangell is going to be serving the ball. Serving it, getting it over. Haines bumps it up, sets it over. Wrangell bumping it, but could not get that set over. Giving the first point of this session to Haines. Number 5 for Haines, setting it, getting it over. Wrangell bumps it up, sets the ball, and tries to spike it, but cannot get it over. Number 5 for Haines. Setting the ball, getting it over. Wrangell bumping up the ball, tipping it over. Haines couldn't get the bump. Two of Haines' players tried to both go for the ball but could not get it. Number 3 for Wrangell. Serving the ball, getting it over. Haines bumps it again. Tries to spike it over, but could not get it over. Number 3 for Wrangell, serving it, getting it over. Haines bumps it up again. Lightly spiked it over. Wrangell getting that dig and a bump. They set it over to Haines. Haines gets that bump, the spike. Wrangell bumping it and spiking it over to Haines, giving Wrangell the point. Okay. Wrangell's ball. Serving the ball. Gets it over. Haines sets it. Spikes it over. Wrangell getting the dig. The set. And they spike it over to Haines. Haines sets it up. Bumps it up. Spikes it over. Wrangell gets that dig. That set. And another set. Haines setting the ball and spiking it over. Wrangell digs and sets the ball over. Haines sets the ball twice. Spikes it over. Wrangell getting a dig, but cannot get it over the net. Could you put that away? That in the video room at least? Can you at least go check if it's running again? Number 5 for Haines, serving it, getting it over. Wrangell bumping it, setting it, spiking over the ball. Haines gets that. The set and that spike. Wrangell tipping it over. Haines bumping the ball, and then Wrangell gets that tip again. I'm kind of behind on the play, but Haines serves the ball over, gets it over. Wrangell bumping it, setting it. Haines spiking the ball over. Wrangell gets that dig, the bump, another bump over. Haines bumps it and sets it over. Wrangell bumping the ball, setting it, spiking it over. Haines trying to get that block and the tip, but cannot get that. Just a little bit too short of the net. Just barely hit below the top of the net. So, giving the point to Wrangell. You're going to score 4-4. Wrangell sets the ball. Haines bumps it, sets it up, spikes it over, but it was tipped back over to Haines. Wrangell getting that ball over. Haines bumping it. And again, bumping. Wrangell bumps the ball, sets it, spikes it over. But it looks like possession of the ball is going to be going to Haines. Making the score 5-4. Number 7 for Wrangell going in for number 2. Number 12 from Haines, serving the ball, getting it over, but it looked like it went a little bit too far.
Sounds like me.
So making the score 5-5.
Yeah.
Number 10 for Wrangell, serving it, getting it over, but looks like Haines bumped it out of bounds, so giving the ball back to Wrangell. Number 10 for Wrangell, bumps it, sets it out, serves it over, but it looks like Haines cannot get that save. My apologies if I'm getting the plays mixed up here, falling behind. Wrangell serving the ball over, Haines bumping it again, sets it over to Wrangell. Wrangell sets it again, tips it over. Haines trying to get that dig, but couldn't get it. Making the score 5-8, Wrangell's favor. Wrangell serving the ball over. Haines getting that dig, a bump, and a spike. Wrangell bumps it, sets the ball, tips it over. Haines with that nice dig there, that tip. Wrangell saving the ball with a bump, setting the ball over with a bump, giving the Wrangell another point, making the score 5-9. Wrangell serves the ball, gets it over. Haines gets that dig, the bump over. Wrangell sets up the ball, gets another set, spikes it over. Haines not being able to get that second bump, with Haines calling a timeout, making the score 5-10. Wrangell with the lead still. Looks like Haines is ready from their timeout. With still 40 seconds left. Oh, I guess we're cutting the timeout short. Wrangell. Wrangell has the ball. Number 10 from Wrangell has the ball. He's setting the ball. Getting it over. Haines bumps it up into the rafters. They bump it over to Wrangell. Wrangell bumps it up but could not save it. Bumping it out of bounds. Making the score 6-10. Number 9 for Haines, serving the ball over, getting it over. Wrangell bumping it, setting it over. Haines setting it and spiking it over. Wrangell bumping the ball. Haines bumping the ball. Bumping it up again higher. Haines spikes the ball. Wrangell's spiking the ball, but looks like the point's gonna be going to Wrangell. Number 15 for Wrangell. Serving the ball, but it went out of bounds. Keeping the possession of the ball to Haines. So number 4 from Haines going to be serving the ball here. Barely gets it over. Wrangell bumps it twice. Sets it over. But it looks like Haines got one bump off, but couldn't get that second one off. Making the score 7-12. It's like number 11 for Wrangell is going in for number 2. Number 9 from Wrangell setting the ball, but Haines bumping the ball, but hit the rafters. So it looks like the ball is going to be going back to Wrangell. Wrangell serving the ball. Haines bumping it up again, bumping it up and over. Wrangell bumping the ball, setting it. Wrangell spikes the ball. Haines bumps it over. Wrangell, looks like there was just a little bit of a miscommunication there, giving the point to Haines, making the score 8-13. Number 1 getting subbed out for number 8 on Haines. Number two from Haines serving the ball. Wrangell bumping it over. Haines bumping up the ball, setting it. Haines bumping the ball up and over. Wrangell with the bump. And it looks like Haines is going to get that bump off. Wrangell got it. Tip, and then it looks like Haines got that bump up and over the net. Giving the point to Haines. Number 2 for Haines, serving the ball, but it was just too short of the net. Giving the point to Wrangell, 9-14. Wrangell still in the lead. Wrangell serving the ball over. Haines gets that tip over. Wrangell spikes the ball over and gets that point. Number 7 from Wrangell getting ready to serve. Serves it, gets it over. Haines bumps it even higher this time. Bumps it up and over the net. Wrangell gets the bump. They set up the ball, spike it over. It doesn't look like anybody from Haines was able to get there in time. Wrangell serving the ball, getting it over. Haines bumping up that ball, bumping it up higher. And it looked like they tried to spike it, but could not get it over. Making it the score 9-17, Wrangell's favor. Oh man. That's a question real quick, but Wrangell serving over the ball. Haines getting that bump, that set, and they spike it over to the Wrangell side. Wrangell getting that bump, this set and a spike. Haines sets it, spikes it over. It looks like he went a little bit too far, giving the ball, the possession of the ball to Wrangell. Which means the score is now 9-18. Wrangell serving the ball. Haines with that bump. They tried to go for a second bump, but could not get it because it hit the corner of the net. With the score being 9-19. With number 12 going in for number 15 on Wrangell's team. Wrangell still in the lead. Number 7 from Wrangell will be serving the ball. Haines bumping up that ball, trying to tip it over, but could not get it over because 10 from Wrangell has blocked the ball. Wrangell serving the ball over. Looks like it's going to be Haines' ball. Just barely went out of bounds. More subs are coming in for Wrangell. Number 4 is going in for number 11. Making the score 10-20. Wrangell in the lead. Haines, number 5 for Haines, serving the ball, getting it over. Wrangell bumping it, spiking it. Haines tips it, but could not get that last dig, making the score 10-21. Number 3 for Wrangell. He's serving the ball, gets it over. Haines gets that bump. They set it, spike it over. With Wrangell not being able to get that dig, making the score 11-21. Number 5 from Haines, serving the ball over. Wrangell getting that bump, the set, and the spike. Number 2, I believe that is number 2. Number 2 from Haines went for the dig, but didn't get it. But it was a good effort. I don't think digging is easy. Wrangell serving the ball, gets it over. Haines gets that bump off, but it goes out of bounds. Okay, Wrangell setting the ball and spiking it over. Haines tried to get that block, but couldn't get it, making the score 11-24. Number 4 from Wrangell serves it, gets it over. Haines gets that bump, set, and spike, giving Haines another point. The dig, Wrangell tried to get a dig, but just barely missed it. With the score being number 8 on Haines serving the ball, getting it over, getting Haines another point, making the score 13-24. Wrangell's favor. Or Wrangell in the lead. And number 8 from Haines tries to set it over, but serve it over, but could not get it over. It was just short. I just need somebody to see if it's still working okay.
The stream's going, but it's just you can't switch
lag?
the numbers. The stream's not letting switch the numbers.
So you can watch the stream normally? Yeah. Okay, that concludes the game between Wrangell and Haines. Up next is gonna be Petersburg and Skagway. And right now with the stream we're having a little bit of technical difficulties, so we're trying to work on it now, but
Our savior is back.
Phoenix? We will be back after the break.